So first of all, I need to tell you why we have an art biennial in Liverpool, because there are biennials in many parts of the world, but when we started the one in Liverpool, it was the first in the UK. And you'll forgive me for making this story personal, because I was one of the founders of the biennial, and I have been the leader of the biennial for 10 years. So the biennial is my creation in many ways. And it started because I was the director of the Tate Gallery in Liverpool, and during my 10 years as director of Tate Gallery, I was responsible for building an extension onto the gallery, and this meant that I had to raise money. And I was trying to persuade a rich artist to give me money, and he's rich because not because he's made money himself, but he inherited wealth, and he inherited wealth from a gambling business in Liverpool. And so his name is James Moores, and he feels very strongly that he should repay some of his debt to Liverpool. So I was in with a good chance to raise money from this man. But, yeah?
Please.
But he said, I don't want to give the Tate money, because the Tate can look after itself. I would like to find a way with you to make Liverpool a better city for artists to live and work in. So what does it mean to make a city a better place for artists to live and work in? Well, I think it means, in the long run, it means making the city a better place for everybody to live and work in, because artists are only human like everybody else, and human beings share most of their needs. But the important thing I want to stress throughout what I have to say tonight is that Liverpool Biennial is an art organisation. It is not a social work organisation. It is not a regeneration agency. So the other thing I have to say immediately, as I told you, I was the director of Tate Liverpool, and the form that Liverpool Biennial has taken as a practice is really the result of my personal experience working in the museum world, in museums and galleries. Because I came to believe that museums are about art history. That for most people, when you enter the doors of museums, you are leaving the real world, or you're leaving all of the real world except for art history. The real world in the museum is represented through art history. And so, for most people, including many art historians and artists, I think, the museum has become isolated from life, from the rest of life. And I have met too many artists now who make work only for the museum, who make art that has no meaning outside the context of the museum. And for me, it's okay for a museum to do that, it's okay for an artist to do that, but it doesn't interest me in the way that art, which is about life and part of life, does interest me. So the shape that the Liverpool Biennial has taken is the result of these beliefs of mine. And what it is an independent art commissioning agency. So we exist in order to commission art from artists, to work with artists. That's where everything starts. And we have no house. We have no building. We have an office, but we have no public house. And so whatever we do in partnership with other people, because the art has to be made in other people's houses, or it has to be made in the street, because we have no house. So we started with the biennial festival idea, as it is around the world, as a means to lever the artistic ecology of Liverpool. But very quickly we moved on to treating the festival as a moment of 10 weeks every 2 years when we show people what it is that we've been doing as an art commissioning agency outside that period.